Page 32, Wind Chimes. In this lesson, they're introducing the interval of a fifth. The interval of a fifth is another important interval in music. And let's just start here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason is because it fits into our harmonic system. Remember ages ago I said our harmony is basically based on thirds here. You take 2 thirds and stack them on each other, here and here. The top and bottom note in that is a fifth. You put them all together, so we have what we're going to get into eventually with a 3-note chord like that. So a fifth by itself doesn't sound that wonderful, but it's still used a great deal. And again, both notes are going to be on lines, or both notes are going to be in spaces, but there will be a line or a space in the middle because they're further apart. So let's talk chimes. The bottom of the page is 2 lines long with a repeat. Oh, goody. Clef signs, treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature. I see quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. So I'm going to go ahead and take it one hand at a time because the hands are only playing one hand at a time. The right hand is here. Left hand. That's left, that's right. I know, go away. It's left, right. You don't really need the other finger numbers. You need the first finger number in each hand. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then the last 2 measures, they're together. Now we get harmonic fifth. 2, 4. Okay. The others were melodic. Now there's a note at the end there. Play both hands 8 VA on repeat, which means go up an octave. So when you're done here, you got to go up here. All right, now we're moving. Now we got to talk about this because it's important. You don't just move. Give us some thought. How are we going to plan this out? It's the left hand. When we repeat, the left hand plays first, not the right. Here. So we got to focus on getting the left hand where it goes. The right hand doesn't play in the last measure, so it can go ahead and get up there, get ready to go. Now we just focus on the left hand going up. So we're not trying to move both hands at the same time. Sometimes you have to, but if possible, I don't. So at the last measure, I'm here. I'm getting the right hand here, and then when I repeat, I'm going to lift up for the phrasing eventually. And when I do, I just move. Like so, because it has to be a steady beat eventually. Now, again, on technique, I don't talk much about technique, but all I'm doing is just transferring weight from finger to finger, and I'm just lowering which finger I want the weight on. So here, it's here to here. I just kind of rotated here. And this is, I'm just rotating here. This kind of thing. I'm just walking on the piano with the fingers is all that is. I get rid of any hesitations, and I add the articulation, and this is pretty connected here. You can lift up between the phrases. These are phrases. Just a speck of silence. Okay, these connect them. This is where we're lifting up for the phrase while we're moving tunes. Rather than here, we're here. You may have to practice that. Actually, you're going from here to here. But the hands, it stays pretty much. Just aim the little finger. You may have to practice that. I keep missing it, but hopefully you can get it. So once I have that worked out, then I add the dynamics. This is soft piano. And then there's a note in the second line to gradually louder to the end, and you end at MF. So on measure 5, we're soft here. Now in the next measure, you go up just a little bit. Now go up just a little more. Now, Martha. See, I only went up like a measure at a time, because if you try and do the note at a time, you'll be loud by the end of measure 6. It'll happen too soon. So when it spreads out like this, we have to plan it out. In this case, a measure at a time. Sometimes it's a phrase at a time. Sometimes it's a note at a time. It depends on the music. So soft, and a little louder, louder, should be the loudest of all. And it's just moderately loud. It's not loud. And that happens on both times because you're up here, same thing. Soft, a little louder, louder, loud now. Moderately loud there. Then we add the speed. And here this says with feeling. Well, it's not a lot of help. I want something that tells me how fast to go. So I guess I have to use my imagination. And anything can happen there. You always do it with feeling. I always play with feeling. You know, I need to be told to play with feeling. Just do it. I don't know. It's somewhere in the middle, I guess. So that's fine for me for now. Give me a few cups of coffee or a glass of wine or two, and that would change. You play it as you feel it. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exaggerate them if you need to. Now there's a note underneath there at the beginning to press the damper pedal and hold it throughout. So here we're going to use the pedal as a special effect. Remember, when you use damper, or I haven't told you yet because you're not supposed to be using damper pedal yet as far as I'm concerned, but they're doing it okay. We always use the damper pedal. That's the pedal that lets the notes run out. All kinds of things going on. We use it for reasons, specific reasons. So if you don't understand why you're using it, leave it out. Don't pedal anything you don't absolutely have to, because it changes the tone too much. It changes too many things. Here, I guess they want the special, if the wind, the fogginess, I don't know what they're after. It sounds fine to me without it, but okay. So you're going to lose the phrasing because you won't hear the silence, but do the technique anyway. You feel the phrasing, whether you hear it or not. It's important to feel that. At the beginning, I didn't say it, but you push the first note down first and then the pedal. So the note and then the pedal. It's a boom, boom. Right after, I want to start the sound before I release the overtones. At the end, when you release the pedal, everything comes up together. So that last measure is 4 counts. You could, with pedal, you could release the hands immediately and let the pedal hold it down and release the pedal, but that's really kind of considered to be poor technique. So as long as there's sound coming from it, the piano, if you can, you leave the notes down with your hand and then lift the pedal in the hand at the same time. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs, and I'm not going to do the pedal because you can hear the notes better without the pedal. We're just checking notes and rhythms here, but we will repeat it and we will go up an octave for both hands. 1, 2, ready, go. Two, three, 4. One, two, three, repeat. One, two, three, 4. One, two, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, off.